Good morning, Doctor. I am Jia Hong. Today, I will like to present our group project. First is the introduction. Library is a place to access physical books and some critical resources. Nowadays, with the rapid development of technology, most people can get information at any time through their mobile phone, but some people still going to the library to find their resources. In order to manage the library efficiency, a system is needed to record the information of the books and the borrowers. All the information will be saved in a file and it can be read by the user from the system. The information that being recorded from the book is the ID, title, order, and the category, while the information of borrowers that being recorded is the ID, name, title of the borrower book, and the status of the book, which mention that the book is being returned or not. Now let us continue with the problem statement. The first problem statement that we have in our group project is the book availability, and the second is the maintaining the unqueuing of the books and borrowers, and the third is ensuring the correct implementation of book borrowing and book return function.
Okay, good morning, Doctor. I'm Guanqi, and mention number is 2920777. And now I will demo the system. When you run the system, you will see the main menu, and you can select you want to manage book information or manage the borrower informations. And now I want to manage book information, so I click in the button. Then it will turn to the page. Then you need to enter the ID, title, author, and choose the book is available or not. Then select the category, it is fiction or non-fiction, and choose the type of the book. Then click Add button. It will show the message box. The book is successfully added. Then I want to add another book. I can click the clear button, so it clear all the informations. Then enter again. Then click Add. It will save the two books. When I click the display, it will show the information of the book. And I want to search, I need enter the ID of the book. So it will show out the information of the book. If I enter the wrong ID of book, it will not found. Then if you want to manage the borrower informations, you can click back and it will turn to the menu. Then you can choose it. Okay, now it's in the class of the book. And the class of the book, it can get the ID, title, author, and the available of the book. And now it's in the class of the book informations. And this code is for the back button to go back the main menu. And this code is for the add button, and it can add the information that user input into the file names book. Then this is the open code for reading from the book file. And this is the code for the clear all the input informations. And this is the search code for search for ID of the book. And this is the code for the display the all of the book when it is in the file book. Then this is the category for the book. And then this is the main menu code. And this code is for the go to the book informations, and this code is go to the borrower informations. And then the last is the exit button. When you run the code, you must run at the main menu. If you run the other class, it will no functions.
Now I demo and introduce Manage Borrower Info page. If the user click on the button Manage Borrower Info, the system will bring the user to this page. In this page, the user are allowed to borrow books, to return books, to search for the borrower, and to view all the borrower data. To borrow a book, a user are required to fill in these three text fields, which are their name, their ID, and also book ID that they want to borrow. These three text fields are a required text field. If the user not fill in one of the text field and directly click on the borrow button, a message box that notice the user to fill in the particular field will pop up. For example, if the user only fill in their ID and the ID of the book that they want to borrow, a message box, please enter the name, will pop up to notice user to fill in their name. Once all these three text field is filled, the user can click the borrow button to proceed to borrow the books. Once the books is successfully borrowed, a message box borrower data saved successfully, and a message books is successfully added will pop up. And in the output text area, we can see that the borrower data is shown. If the user want to borrow the book that had already borrowed by others, for example, the book ID number 1, a message box book is currently not available will pop up to let the user know that the book is already borrowed by others and not available. And this user can choose to borrow other books, for example, book ID number 6, and the same message box will pop up and the data will also shown in the output text area. If the user that already borrowed book want to borrow again for new books, it's still available. Similarly, the data for the borrowed book will show, and to view all of these borrowed book, user can click on display, and in this text area, it will show the borrower ID 0001 had already borrowed the book with ID 1 and book with ID 3, and the borrower with ID 0002 had already borrowed the book with ID 6, and title is followed behind the book ID. If the user want to return the books, they can just click on return, but needed to fill in both borrower ID and book ID. After return the books, the message box borrower data saved successfully will pop up, and the book returned successfully message will also pop up. Then we can display and view the output to make sure the book is returned successfully. And we can see now the borrower name Ali with ID 001 have only remained one borrowed books, which is ID number 3. And the ID number 1 is already written and it is not shown in the output area. The user is also allowed to search for borrower by entering name or ID. For example, if I enter the name Ali and I click search button, and I will get the data that for the borrower ID, I can see the name Ali with ID 001 had borrowed the book with ID 3 named Blue. I can also search by entering the ID. Similarly, I will also see the borrower data. Once the user finish the process, they can click on the back button to go back to the main page. Or the user can also click on the axis to exit the program. This is the classes for borrower info that create the interface that I demoed just now. And this is the classes for borrower which have data, constructor, and a getter and setter, and also toString. That's now we are going to see the borrower text file, and this is the borrower text file that I saved after borrowing process and returning process, which I think that's all for our presentation.